Ever find yourself daydreaming about the flavors and aromas that come from meat cooked on a rock? What? You don't? All of nothing. Well, put yourself away, you rabbit. Today I'm going to show you how to cook your meat on a rock. Welcome back with the Drunken Barbecue, my friends. Today we have an exciting afternoon. Today we start with a cowboy coffee, and stay tuned, we will finish off with cooking on a rock. Of course, for the coffee we need some water, so let's start with heating that up. I filled the coffee pot till just under the spout, and as this is a 6-cup coffee pot, I'm going to put 6 spoons of coffee grind straight into the pot. Then we put in the lid back on, and bring the coffee to a rolling boil. Keep an eye on it though, before you know it boils, and then it just boils over and it's just one stinking mess. And when it boils, you just remove the pot slightly away from the heat, so just keep a rolling boil going for say like 3 minutes or so. And when your 3 minutes are over, you're gonna remove the pot from the heat altogether, like so. That's easy. And then you get yourself some cold water, and you clock a little bit down the spout and around the edges of your pot with a little gullet for good luck in the middle. Then you leave it for say like a minute to settle or so, and then you got an awesome cup of coffee. And this minute what it takes for the coffee grains to settle, we're going to put some more wood on the fire because we want to have lots of sintles for later on. And of course you guys are thinking I'm talking out of my ass, and that this coffee pot is full with grains, and this coffee is going to be horrible. I'm going to do it nice on the table so you can see what's going on. Ta-da! Well, if you see coffee grains, Santa Claus is real. And you saw it yourself, no coffee grains. That was test number 1. Now off to test number 2, we're going to pour it in the cup. It's a miracle, still no coffee grains. Well, there you have it, cowboy coffee in less than 5 minutes, and it tastes so much better. It's just fantastic. But don't forget to pour the water in the spout after you boil it, because that's going to suppress the coffee grains. That's the key to success. Well, cheers. The only thing it needs is some whiskey. Now you know how easy it is to make some coffee, let's get back to the cooking. And nothing happens without baked potatoes, so let's make some of these as well. Of course, what's a meal without a baked potato? And while the potatoes are doing their thing, we shall saute some onions. I know the pan isn't straight, but who cares? And once everything is hot, we're going to dunk in the onions. Rock and roll! And when you're at the campsite doing this, you will have a lot of people coming at you saying like, oh, you're doing it wrong. Well, screw them. You're the one who's having fun. Now the onions are done, we're going to take them off the fire, set them aside, and we're going to warm up the rock. And don't forget, use gloves when you handle cast iron. To heat up the rock, I'm just going to put it right in the fire. Now we're just going to give the rock some time to heat up before we put the meat on it. I've been asked before if you can use any rock. I would say why not, go for it. But make sure you're going to use a dry rock, otherwise all the water inside the rock will turn to steam, and eventually the rock will go kaboom on you. Woo, you start smelling those potatoes already. And the meat of choice today is a pork chop. And when you get them from the supermarket, as I did, don't forget to get rid of the fanny pack. I have a buddy who didn't do that, and it makes your meat very tough. All of nothing. Hear that sizzle. Fantastic. Isn't this where it's all about? Pepper and salt is all it needs. Oh yes! Well, this is going quite well, so let's load ourselves up with a gin and tonic. This video is sponsored by Barbecue Phil Canada and Lumberjack. You will find a link in the description below. I hate to say it, but it's time to play them. Who doesn't want this? Who doesn't want this, eh? Isn't this one of the nicest pork chops you would have had? Even making it was a feast. Awesome pork chops, onions, potato. Well, those greens are for the show. Let's dig in. There we go, guys, there we go. What will it be? Ooh, it's cooked. Oh yes, pork chop, onion. Having sex. This is pure sex, guys. Pork chops, onions. Pork chops. Pork chops, onions. Heaven. This is just a piece of meat you can't stay away from. It's just fantastic. There's a cat here. You can't see it, but there he is. Bastard. And that's it again for this week, guys. Now you know how to make cowboy coffee and grill meat on the rock. So get out there, enjoy yourself, and see you next week. Thanks for watching, by the way.